not the biggest fan of fighting Fox, and Fox versus Wii Fit's already a very odd matchup in general. But Battlefield, I feel, is the best place for him to start this set. So we'll see how things go. Immediately, John Number's going to take to the ledge and disrespect Lasers. You don't need to. She's too low. Why would you?
Going for the taps already. That's one. Out there, he's running around trying to get these hits. And for Grunk, kind of lost a little bit in terms of how to do. Oh my goodness, John Numbers.
Oh, hold on.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Almost gets the extended edge guard, but unfortunately the hula hoop did flip Grunk on the way up and wasn't able to fully convert, but got a lot of damage in that sequence regardless.
No, it's funny because you see Numbers do these things and you're like, oh no, he's going to lose his stock at 12. And that's not really Numbers' game plan.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it definitely helps matters, but he's really just concerned with establishing the ledge control, making sure that he's safe and he wants to play his game. Whether or not he ends your stock early or builds up percentages so that it's much easier for him to do so, it doesn't matter to John Numbers.
John, once again, just kind of sticking to the game plan that he's known for. Hasn't actually been on the ledge for as long as I'm used to, but still going ahead and applying the pressure and going to go for that again. This time, it doesn't look like Grunk's going to be able to make it back.
One more time, and it's looking like a platinum hit on that one. And this is not ending well.
Okay.
All right, brought him back up to play.
Yeah, even though he did have a good chunk of rage on him, still was not enough hits on. He was at 0% after all to carry him all the way to the blast zone. But Grunk, at this point, knows he needs to be careful whenever he's off stage.
And the percentages are already starting to clock themselves up. This
oh
is looking
my
like
God,
a wrap, folks.
John Numbers.
Game one happened. And honestly, I can barely tell you what happened here. You can't even blame Wii Fit's unorthodox tools because Numbers, he just used them fantastically. We saw how often the back hit of forward air was able to spike right then and there. We saw how he was able to use up tilt. I'm sorry, that's the back hit of forward tilt, which pops you up.
Oh my
followed by
God.
the late hit of the header, which allowed the follow-up into the sun salutation. You taking notes on this?
Dude, that was, I thought it was nasty the first time, then they played the replay back, and I was like, hold up. That was actually 20 times more filthy than I thought it was. Hopefully for game two, though, Grunk doesn't get Giphy-catted as bad. He needs to kind of get himself some footing, mainly lost due to being off stage and then getting converted into an edge guard that led to his unfortunate demise. So hopefully this time around, he'll be able to play neutral a little bit better, already kind of keeping himself toe-to-toe with John Numbers, using the gun a little bit more. But will that be enough to get a shot on the board?
Honestly, I don't know. The laser pressure is going to be kind of insignificant just because Numbers doesn't have to respect it. We've already seen him just camp it from the ledge. We've seen him duck under it. And even at that, the 1 or 2 percentage that it does, John can heal off, and he's going to be doing that often, which means deep breathing and sun salutation, healing 1 to 2% each after full charges. That percentage doesn't really mean any pressure. Grunk is forced to go in and contest wherever John has himself surmounted.
And you can even see that John is forcing Grunk to air dodge with these balls, throws them right where his trajectory would be for Grunk wants to recover, forces him to air dodge low, and then kind of tricks him into up being. The moment he does that, it makes it a lot easier for John to just go out there and dunk him like he's done already so many times in the set.
Well, most definitely. When it comes to the Fox match, and this is really for any character, your on-stage battle is incredibly dynamic. You got to really go for the reads, like we see with this sun salutation, and you really got to go for just establishing a place where Fox can't land. You don't want his boots on the ground, because once you get that battle to the ledge, or in the air in general, Fox's movement is much more linear. And when you have a position for Fox where he can't really control how freely he can move, all of a sudden it becomes much easier to edge guard him and build up damage in general.
There we go. I like this conversion. Quick three-piece from Grunk into the up smash. That was actually a very clean sequence coming out from Grunk. I'm very happy to see him get that conversion. But now John Numbers turning it all the way back. Luckily, we're okay.
That fair chain was type nasty, though. I'm not going to lie.
Grade A.
That is not a move that's supposed to chain laterally. You don't just do that. But here we are. Grunk's sitting at 82. And John, you're looking fine and dandy right now. He's looking to end this set as quick as he can.
Yeah, looking quite clean. Only 20% on the board. Going to eat another 3 from that illusion. But Grunk needs to find an answer. John is sitting on the ledge, and he's just unable to do anything about it.
What I would like to see from Grunk in this particular situation is him get a bit more risky, but also try and play with shield a bit more. one of Wii Fit's greatest weaknesses is the fact that her grabs are particularly abysmal.
Right.
Now, she can get a ton off of throw, but landing that grab in the first place is kind of the issue with Wii Fit when it comes to like what to do with all of that projectile pressure, which is often why you only see numbers go in for these throw combos when his opponent is turtling really hard.
You can see Grunk wants to opt to try and, oh, wait a minute, no! Doesn't get the conversion, but gets a lot of cheeky hits and an amazingly interesting sequence, but...
My man used Firefox to
oh, wait!
dip.
Oh, Grunk! What the heck was the last 30 seconds?
Grunk decided just to take the mic and freestyle for a little bit.
Like, this is Smash Sounds Part 2? Like, Grunk with an amazing display of chivalry, if you will. Putting on his most exquisite set of armor and grabbing his lance or whatever and showing to us that he can really mix things up if need be. A lot of it, I'll admit, looked like spaghetti, but it worked out in his favor.
Yeah, it was a bit of a messy ride, but once Grunk was in control of the ship, he figured out exactly where he wanted to bring John. And that's what I mean. It's kind of those situations where you have to take advantage of Wii Fit's faults. Like, John is an excellent player. Like, you cannot deny his skill, especially with an unorthodox character like Wii Fit. However, you have to remember that there's a reason why there's not many Wii Fit players of any skill caliber, much less the top echelon.
Ooh.
Another!
Oh my god.
And there he goes.
Another one for the books, Hangman.
You know, when I say you gotta pressure Wii Fit, I definitely don't mean going off stage, especially when you're Fox. That point of linearity I was bringing up earlier, Wii Fit can take tons of advantage of that. We've already seen she has, off the top of my head, she's got 3 moves in her kit that can safely meet her. I don't know if her Smash Foxes have any oddities, because I know there's some attacks in this game that can do that.
Right.
But you gotta be careful. It's plain and simple. Not a lot of damage built up on John from the second stock, but Grunk's still in it. He still has the opportunity, especially if he can try and be more proactive with controlling the wedge, because all these SD hops are giving him that opportunity little bit by little bit.
Oh my god,
John. If he can get his feet back on the ground.
My man is trying to make a combo video. Grunk tries to answer back, but saw it enough DI and not enough percent. And to keep John Numbers alive and in the game. Grunk fishing for this up air. He wants him dead and on to the next stock. But John Numbers is making it so hard, so difficult. Look at these jabs. He just needs to open him up just enough to convert, and John's not giving it to him.
You can't take a mile out of anything this man has given you, especially with these percentages at hand. Well, that being said, though, I feel like Grunk's been adapting his gameplay very well to fighting John. He knows that he can just move in on him, but you just have to respect the little things. You have to figure out that Wii Fit can occupy a lot more space than you would expect. The projectiles are a bit more potent than you would think they are, just because they're strange, whether it's the header ball extending hitboxes or the fact that John is incredibly aware of the use of the different sizes of the Sun Salutation projectile. Nonetheless, Grunk keeping it in there, but he's going to explode at the end of that.
No. You do not want to do that. Granted, he was hungry. He was looking for some food, hunting down his prey, but just commits way too heavily on someone on the cusp of full rage. Look at this trade.
That's a back air to the up air. That was gross is what it was. Grunk choking on his dinner. He's going to have to continue his top 48 ride from loser's side.